Sacrifice.
What's up, everybody? Kinetic here, and welcome back to Soul Sacrifice on the PlayStation Vita! You guys are having a great time with Soul Sacrifice, and so am I. Now, I'm going to let you guys know something right now, right off the start, that I haven't actually made a recording since the first day that this Soul Sacrifice demo came out. All of the recordings, all the videos that I've made were actually from just the first day. And so the reason why I say that is because there's been a lot of things that have come to our attention, a lot of changes, obviously, that people are beginning to understand from the Japanese version, from the North American version, and the Europe version and stuff like that. And one of the most confusing things going on right now is, what are the rankings? Well, guys, I was thinking Divine has to be the top rank, right? Because I'm kicking ass, I'm getting high scores, and I'm getting Divine rank. But then some people were like, nope, Legendary is the highest rank. And then some other people were like, nope, Divine is the highest rank. Well, here is what it looks like for the North American version, okay? This is the Sorcerer's Ordeal, Chapter 2. I repeated this a couple of times, and I got this score by chance of 210, and it says, of course, Legendary at the top. And by getting a little bit more performance from the same exact chapter, Divine Sorcerer at 340 is in fact the top rank in Soul Sacrifice for the North American version. Now, some people have been saying that Legendary is the top version, and I asked them, I said, well, is the demo you're playing from North America or from Europe? And they said Europe. So I don't know if they're trolling me or whether this is actually true or not, but it seems as though, to make things even more complicated from the Japanese version, they've also made differences in the English and the European version. I don't understand why, but I really think that this needs to change because we need more continuity, I guess is the word I'm looking for. We need less confusion, you know, as a whole, worldwide. We need to understand the game, you know, across the board the same as other people do, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm going to actually see if I can contact a concept, good luck to me, and be like, hey guys, you know, Soul Sacrifice is awesome. Here's a couple of things that you need to change. I won't go into, you know, some of the other things like the voice acting and stuff like that with them, but I think something like that really does need to be addressed, you know? Like, I don't understand why make differences if in the European and North American version. That, to me, just makes no damn sense at all. But anyway, this is Chapter 6 of the Sorcerer's Ordeal. Now, you can already see, actually, that I have done this. I have completed it. And I noticed something interesting about it. I did this with a completely different tactic than I did the first time. The first time I did Chapter 6, back when I first played the game, when it first came out, I tried close range. But then when I did it here in the demo, I decided to go with long range. I started shooting the mortar shots, you know, the eggs, as they call them, and using the pinwheel attack and stuff like that. And I was like, wow, that was really easy. In fact, it was too easy. Some of you, probably many of you actually, treated this fight as a long-range fight, and it was probably really, really easy. Well, to challenge myself, I have decided to equip only close-range spells for this fight. And we will see how that turns out. But first, a little bit of story time.
I had to stop myself from feeling any sense of camaraderie. For such emotions could only get in the way. So much happened on the journey. Sutiara was at once cruel and kind, barbarous and gentle. These memories haunt me. I wish them gone, I do. For they tear away at my heart. My eyes met hers. She probably felt exactly the same as I did. Her memories live on. It is the only consolation there is on this cruel ordeal we faced together.
Does anybody else hear a chipmunk voice behind the narrator? I think what they tried to do, and it didn't quite work out, is they tried to do something similar, but maybe a little bit cheaper than they did for the Japanese version. In the Japanese version, there is a male voice talking, very similar to this one, but there's also a female voice, kind of speaking like a little bit creepily, a little bit like kind of ghost-like behind the narrator's voice. But for this one, it seems like they took the exact same voice and they just changed the pitch, and like I said, it sounds like a damn chipmunk when he's narrating. And it doesn't quite fit, I think, the way the Japanese voiceover did. I think the way that they did it in the Japanese version, it actually makes a lot more sense with the story, if you think about it. If you know beyond this point. Anyway, let's take a look at what I'm using. As you can see, all close range spells. I brought my healing, and this is the attack homing, attack weapon, another homing. I've got the rising fist, the attack rising, and the attack arm, the giant arm. And unfortunately, my levels are a little bit high for this fight. I'm using a 1 life 9 magic combination here. When I first did this fight, I actually did it with 5 levels, I think, of magic, and I've sort of accidentally gotten a few levels since. But I don't think it's going to make too much of a difference. I would rewrite my levels, but unfortunately I can't. I would drop it down to like 5 the way I first did, but oh well. But you can see my sigils are completely empty. You do unlock a lot of these sigils that you can use, but I'm not going to use them. We'll call that an extra part of the challenge. And there is my 1 black right spell, I guess. Also, somebody was talking about, a couple of you guys had a request for the costumes. I will do a costume video coming up right after this Soul Sacrifice video, so keep an eye open for that. Let's do, for now, the Sorcerer's Ordeal Chapter 6. Sacrifice Sortiara. I really like these little notes in between when you're loading and stuff like that. It helps break up the process, you know what I mean? Give you something entertaining to look at while you're waiting for the loading times. This is one of the coolest stages, I think. Alright, here we go.
Fighting against you is so trying. Still, it will only take an instant to kill you.
Will it now, Sortiara? Alright, so, all close range. She's going to be doing a lot of long range, and I'm curious to see if, like the first time I fought her, if she will do similar abilities to that time, or have they nerfed her kind of the way I think that they did. Ah, there she did it. She did the teleportation. She wasn't doing that at all when I was shooting her with long-range attacks. Okay. Ah, damn it. Okay, so that's the problem. You can roll away from those, but it takes you out of the fight by doing so. Ah, crap. See, this is going to be hard. I managed to dodge her blast attack, though. I think I'm going to need... Can't see. Damn debris in my way. Where are you, Sortiara? Come on, Sortiara. There you are. Let's go. There we go. Let's get in this fight. Woo!
blood.
It doesn't last very long, does it? These fire swords. Let me change it up a little bit. Ah, I tried to dodge the other way. It didn't work. Ah, she got me there. Alright, I'm gonna need to be careful because my my fire tree root is gonna break. Let's try the rising fist attack. Ah. Yeah, she's too fast. Oh damn. It really does home in on you, doesn't it? Ah! Yeah, that doesn't work. I have very little practice with these rising fist attacks also. Yeah, that's not gonna work. So you can see this is not easy trying to fight close range, but it's insanely easy with long range. I mean, I can get like a perfect score in a very short amount of time if I just used the mortar shots and pinwheel attacks. So, but that's boring, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I wish they would do some more balancing with this game. So that way, close range attacks maybe did... Yeah, I dodged it finally. So that way, close range maybe... Oh, there, down she goes. Maybe they could balance close range attacks to be better off after all than long range attacks, because as it is sort of right now, yeah, the game is much easier if you prefer to be a long range fighter. I'm sorry, Sorcerer. I'm sorry it had to come to this. That is the end of Sorcerer. The first time that I actually did this fight, I tried to save her, and she got back up and started kicking my ass again, and then I realized we are forced to sacrifice her in order to complete this quest. Wow. Second-rate Sorcerer. Maybe if I'd practiced a little bit before this, I probably would have done a lot better. But it's more fun, I think. I mean, my score sucks, but it was a lot more fun fighting her close range than using the mortar shots. Because honestly, if I came in with long range attacks, she wouldn't have touched me at all, and the fight would have been done in a minute, which is quite boring. But I'm curious to see what you guys think. How did you approach this fight? Did you try to attack her close range? Did you try to do just long range? What were your results like?
Sorcerer's memories and emotions came flooding through my right arm. Along with something dark and terrifying. The blight of true sacrifice. It feels like she is still somewhere inside there. Sorcerer's bloodlust is now my own. I dread to think of what will become of me, body or mind. And so, I started this journal. My ill fate may not be far off. The signs have begun to manifest. But even now, my right arm tells me that she is still here. With all of her hatred all of her sorrow, and a dash of hope. This sensation is all that comforts me in my loss of a true friend. Several days later, my admittance into Avalon was confirmed. Avalon coordinated sorcerers and their monster extermination. It was here that I met him. The man with eternal life. Sorcerer's soul dwells in my right arm. The soul speaks to me in a faint voice. I have decided to jot down what I can make out, so that it may serve as a record, so that someone, somewhere, can one day read of the sorceress Sorcerer.
There is no denying that I was insane. It was triggered when I discovered the secret of my birth. Defiled as I was, I came to despise the world and envy all within it. What an abhorrent woman I became. Detesting all the world offered, selfishness led to self-loathing. Deep within me, I nurtured a hideous monstrosity known as bloodlust. When we first became partners, you too were a target of my hate. With your righteous manner, you were everything I was not. Of course, I was terribly alone, living as I had for so long. I had never known a single friend. Until I met you. When you patted my back, that alone eased my suffering beyond measure. I felt happiness. If we had met under different circumstances, we could have been... No, that's unlike me. I allowed myself to imagine what could never be. And so I bear you no ill will. Although my life was spoiled by hatred, in my final moments, I felt what it means to be human. Thank you. However, I must apologize. My bloodlust has now passed into your right arm. Therein lies the terrible monstrosity reared deep within my soul. My first and final friend, I can only hope this foul horror will not beget your destruction. Until my dying breath, I prayed for only that.
And that's it. That is the end of Sorcerer's tale. Now begins the rest of the game. After completing that quest, after that chapter, you'll be able to go inside Avalon, and you can start participating in the Avalon packs. There are many, as you can see here. And also there are other stories that you can participate in. There are other characters that you meet, and you learn about them. So it's very cool in the full game. And I think that's going to be it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoy it. More coming up soon. from Soul Sacrifice on the PlayStation Vita. My name is Kinetic, and I'll see you next time.